Hi, welcome to Empty Nest Creations. Today's project is going to be this wreath stand. I have wanted one for a long time. I've seen some at some stores and boutique kind of places that were really expensive. And I looked online to try to find a tutorial on how to make one, and I couldn't find anything. So I figured out how to make this. So I'm going to share it with you today. I'm going to take this off so you can see what it looks like without anything on it. It's just a table leg and a bun foot for a piece of furniture. And so if you'll stick around, we'll go over the supplies that you'll need for this. It's a super simple project. It just takes maybe about 30 to 45 minutes to put it together, including paint drying time. So stick around and we'll go over the supplies and get started. Okay, so to make this wreath stand, you're going to need two different types of table legs. We're going to use this table leg, which is 21.5 inches long. This one has a hole in the bottom to take the screw from the bun foot that we're going to use. And this will make it really easy to assemble these two pieces together. So you'll need just a table leg. And then this is a bun foot. And this is one of the larger ones, and it has the screw already in here. So this screw will attach to the bottom of this table leg, which will make our stand. Easy construction. We're going to use two different types of paint. A gray for the base coat, and this is just a Craftsmart acrylic paint in gray. Then we're going to use this Waverly chalk paint in white to do the top coat. You're going to need a paintbrush, a hammer, and maybe a screwdriver as well to remove the staples and things from the legs and their tags. You're also going to need some sort of hook, and I'm just using a picture hanger hook. I actually tried this out with just a push pin to make sure that it would balance and hold a small wreath. And so this is what I'm going to use. You could use a bigger hook or a cup hook, but this is just what I had. I'm also going to use some wood glue. When we put the two pieces together, I'm going to put a little wood glue on the base just to make sure that it has a tight hold, and some sandpaper for distressing. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the painting. And we're just going to start by painting the base coat of gray. And so I have some here on a plate, and we're just going to go ahead and paint the entire leg with this gray, and we're also going to paint the bun foot, the gray, let that dry, and then we'll come back together and show you what it looks like with just the gray on, and then we'll put the top coat on. Okay? Okay, so now we have both pieces painted with the gray base coat. And I just did one coat. I think it covered pretty well. And so now we're going to use our chalk paint and just paint a coat of chalk paint on both pieces and let that dry. So we'll just start just like we did earlier, just painting this on. And we are going to distress this so it doesn't have to be a perfect covering, because I want it to have that like old antique kind of look, weathered look. So we'll do this, paint the entire piece with the white chalk paint, and then we'll come back once that's dry and we'll distress it and put this together. It's going to be a really quick project today. Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, so now we have both pieces painted with the white chalk paint. And so what we're going to do now is distress them a little bit with some sandpaper. And we're just going to distress it lightly so that some of the gray comes through. So when you're distressing, you kind of want to think about where it would normally get worn. The edges would definitely be somewhere that would get worn. So we're just going to sand those edges. Do some on the bottom as well. And we don't want to sand enough so that the raw wood shows through. We just want to get to some of that gray paint. And then maybe here on the edges of the bun foot, might get a little worn. So we're just going to do some distressing around the piece in different areas. So we'll continue to distress. And on this one, again, the edges would be distressed. We're just going to go around and those edges have some of that gray paint show back through. Okay, so I'll continue to do that until I get it to look how I want it to look, just nice and slightly distressed, okay? And then we'll come back and we'll assemble it and put everything together. All right. Okay, so I've just slightly distressed both pieces. You can see here where I've taken some of the paint off on parts that stick out that would normally be distressed just by age and by use. And so it's not a lot. It's just a little bit of distressing on both pieces. I think that'll stand up. Okay, you can see right here, there's some distressing. And then I did on the edges up here as well. And on the bottom, where it would normally get distressed, okay? And so what we're going to do now is attach the two pieces together, and then I will clean it up. We'll get our hook on. And so what I'm going to do is add some glue. And I think I may need to open this up a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to add glue to the bottom of this piece. See if I can get my glue to start going. And it doesn't need a lot. I'm just going to put a little bit around the hole. Let's see if I can get the glue coming out. Okay. It's about time to buy a new bottle of wood glue. All right, so I just have a little bit on there. The screw is really going to hold this together, but I just like to use a little bit of wood glue as well. So now we're just going to screw the two pieces together. Okay, and just keep screwing until it's nice and tight. Okay, so now that's nice and together. This particular table leg has 3 corners that are just square, and then it has this one corner that has this flat edge. And so I want this to be the front of my wreath stand. So when I put my hook on, I want this piece to be upright. Okay, so I have this flat piece on top. This is where I want to put my hook so that this will be in the front. So what I'm going to do is I've got a tack, and I'm just going to take this tack and I'm going to start a hole so that when I go to nail this in, that it will be easier to nail in. And so these picture hooks, I don't know if you can see that. It's just a regular old picture hook. But the nail goes in at an angle, Okay, so I'm going to lay this down and set the nail in that little hole that I've already started. And then just really lightly with my small hammer, tap that nail into place. Okay, so, and I added a little more distressing right there when I hit it with the hammer, but that's okay. And so now the hook is on. And so all that's left to do is to just wipe it off. And I'm just going to use this rag to just wipe off some of that dust from where we distressed it. And because I used chalk paint, I probably should seal this piece. And I may do that at a later time. You can seal it with wax, or you can use a polyurethane to seal it. And I will probably use a polyurethane. I have some wax, but it's really a dark wax. And I kind of want this to stay white. So what I'm going to do now is I'll put it on our entry table. And I'll show you what it looks like on the entry table. And we'll put a wreath on here so you can see what it looks like. All right, so I'll be back in just a minute. We'll see what it looks like all finished. Okay, so here is our wreath stand on our entry table. Please excuse the glare from my light. It's kind of dark in this room. But I just hung this wooden heart from Target's dollar spot on there. And I think it's really cute. I'm going to back out so you can see the entire table. It's all decorated for Valentine's Day. And this wreath stand will probably stay on this table throughout the year, and I will display small wreaths and signs on there for the seasons. So you'll see I have a heart-shaped basket in the back. And on my window, I have a felt heart decoration that I've also made a video on, so you can watch that video. I'll have it up in a day or two. I also have a heart garland here that's just made out of stuffed felt hearts on a red jute cord. And I got that cord from the Dollar Tree, and I got the felt from Walmart and just cut it out and stuffed those with some cotton. So again, here's the finished wreath stand. And this is a small one. You could make a larger one by getting a larger table leg, a taller table leg. But you're going to need a bigger base if you do that to make sure that it'll hold the weight. Okay, so thank you for watching today. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. We'd love to see some comments of what you thought. If you make one of these yourself, please share a picture with us, and we would love to see what you're doing as well. Remember to subscribe and hit the bell so that you will receive notifications for our upcoming videos. Okay, have a great day.